So I've always thought of the fact that if I ever go in-house again, which will, who knows when it will happen, if it happens, right? I would want an agency like Sparkforce because I know that they're specialized. I know that Casper has been sitting in-house, right?
Yes.
And each of us, we sort of have that possibility to contribute in ways. I mean, me having sat in-house myself. And I think that's the importance where if you have agencies, and the point I want to get to is red flags. If you have agencies where you almost have to interview them, like you would hire for in-house roles.
Yes, yes.
Because you may talk to the very suave salesperson, or you may talk to the senior. Odds are the task will be given to a junior. Very normal, right?
Yes,
Very
yes.
normal. Doesn't happen here, FYI. So let's talk about red flags. I've said mine. Suave salesperson, obviously, case in point, they could be good people, right?
Yeah.
And then, you got to be able to see the entire team, right? Don't bring in somebody that I haven't met yet.
Right.
Show me everybody here. But what's your takes?
I think the first thing you can see, on the website before you start talking is the pricing model. How do you make your money? If you make your money, and that's one of the things we talked about on the podcast, and then Casper changed your pricing model. Not because of me, but, we talked about on the podcast was making it project-based. And adding those kind of power-ups, I think they're called, right? These little extras. It's kind of a project-based thing, as opposed to if you spend this, we're going to charge you that much.
Right.
That's my first thing that I look for. Are you going to charge me based on what I spend, or are you going to give me this is a one-off fee or whatever that might be, or a retainer that is transparent? That's red flag for me, number one. And then number two, I'd love to meet the team. I want to know what your background is, and at least in tech. If I'm in the tech field, do you have technical people who understand tech? What other tech clients do you have? I've used agencies sometimes because our competitors have used them. So I'm like, okay, they must have someone in-house who knows enough about this industry. Not that of course, there's conflict of interest. They didn't tell us what the other people are bidding, or, it was anything like that.
True, yeah.
But I just knew, okay, so you're doing this for other people in this field.
Yep.
That was a very green flag. But if there's no one in-house who can do that, then that's a little
iffy.
A little iffy, especially if you're in a very specialist field.
Right.
And I think the other red flag for me is just like promises that seem too good to be true. And, we've been doing this a long time. If someone tells me they're going to double my SEO in 3 months, I know they're full of shit, right? I know that it takes longer than that to do this properly. If you're going to increase my conversion rate by 30% within the first, 2 months, I'm going to call bullshit, because I don't think that that's possible, because I've been doing it. I'm a seasoned marketer. I'm not new to this. So I'm not coming at you going, okay, great, that sounds wonderful. I'm going, yeah. So that's for me. Maybe those are my flags.